to rename one of the city's most well-known streets following new abuse allegations against its namesake, civil rights and labor rights leader Cesar Chavez. Now, this comes in the wake of a New York Times investigation outlining evidence and claims that the United Farm Workers co-founder groomed and sexually abused women and girls.
And for many, Cesar Chavez marked a symbol of labor rights and Latino heritage. There's one local group that says it was first in the country to rename a street after the activist following his passing in 1993. And now that same group says that they want to take steps toward changing it back to its original name, and that would be First Street.
Several local leaders have spoken up to say they are in support of the change and that they're standing with everyone who was harmed. Joining us today for some more insight here is Austin City Council member Vanessa Fuentes and Travis County Attorney Delia Garza to discuss where Austin and Travis County go from here. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
I know it's a sensitive topic, but it's a very important one to have today. Let's talk about what you're hearing from your Austin constituents about what they have just heard about this revelation.
That's right. I mean, the shock amongst the Latino community was immediate and it was fast. And certainly there's still a lot of processing going on. But one thing that was clear is that folks want to see Cesar Chavez renamed. It's a prominent street in our city. And we want to ensure that ultimately, as we go through a renaming process, that we continue to uplift the Latino community, the Chicano movement, and the labor movement.
Have you seen any official proposals to make that change, or what might that process look like?
Well, the great thing is that a majority of council members have already spoken out publicly that they support a renaming of Cesar Chavez. So we're in alignment and moving forward on that end. What it will look like, we're still kind of figuring out the details on the process. What is overwhelmingly part of how we move forward is we want to make sure that there's a process in which our community can provide feedback and input.
Delia, what goes through your head? Because it's very obvious that he was a prominent figure for many Latinos. We have two Latina leaders sitting next to us. What went through your head when you first heard about all this?
Yeah, first I just want to recognize the survivors that came forward and how incredibly challenging that must have been for them. And especially when you think of Dolores Huerta, someone that many Latinas see as someone so powerful and strong, and to see that this even affected her. I also think situations like this are an opportunity for us to highlight the sexual violence epidemic that women and girls face not only in this country but in this world, and it's ongoing. 1 in 3 women have been a survivor of violence, sexual violence. So I mean, sitting here with 4 women, that means one of us or maybe all of us have had that experience. And so as far as for the Latino community, I think so many of us are still processing it. It is such a devastating blow, but I think for many women living in the patriarchy, it's sadly maybe not a surprise, and that we really use moments like this to center this around survivors and victims. Even in our community right now, organizations like SAFE and the Eloise House, who provides forensic exams for survivors, is seeing significant cuts from the federal government. And so I think this is an opportunity to, show that we support our survivors, especially in this community. And then just, as Latina leaders, we have seen that the Latino community doesn't have sometimes the political power. And the farm workers movement was that opportunity for us. We had this collective voice. And so it's devastating, and I know many are still processing it, but one thing that I love about our Latino community is that we always rise after these challenges. And so we have an opportunity to give these survivors voices when they want to use their voice, and make sure we're supporting organizations right here in Austin, Travis County that support that community.
And thank you for listing off some of those local resources for people at home. I do want to ask, are you all aware of any claims of abuse being investigated here in the Austin area connected to or in relation to some of the things we're now hearing and that are coming out?
I think this news is so new for so many. I personally have not heard of anything happening here in Austin, Travis County. From the New York Times story, it seems the majority happened in California.
There are a lot of celebrations that are named after Cesar Chavez and celebrating his legacy. Have you heard of any pushback when it comes to canceling those celebrations or to renaming the street back to South First?
I think people certainly understand why it was canceled. I mean, just going through the shocking incidents and the trauma and the harm that have been endured by young girls and women in association with Cesar Chavez, it makes sense for there to be the cancellations of the marches throughout the state and throughout the country. What I'm hearing from folks is, as we move forward, is folks want an acknowledgement that the labor movement is much more than just one person. So we still want to find a way that we can uplift what our farm workers were able to accomplish for dignity and fair wages and safe working sites. And we want to continue to have moments and movements and really marches available to honor the plight.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want Austin communities to know if they're, as you said, still processing, still taking in this news? Any last message for them?
You know, I'll just say, you know, some of us, me included, are just a generation from parents who were migrant farm workers. And you know, knowing the challenges that they faced, and you know, but you know, we're products of that. We're products of these resilient, hardworking people, and I just hope people, and I know they will. They'll still take pride in that, pride in the resilient people that our Latino community is, and we will again rise to this occasion. And we need to do that right here in our community and support the organizations that support survivors.
That's right. And then for me, I would just add that Cesar Chavez Street in Austin is 4.5 miles. It is much longer than your average neighborhood street. So going through this renaming process is one that is important. And for me, what's top of mind as a local leader is that we continue to uplift the Latino community. Over a third of Austin is Latino, and that we find a way to honor and uplift the labor movement. Would love to have it named after a woman leader. So, but we'll see how that goes.
Any recommendations you're thinking about?
Well, Dolores Huerta was top of mind.
While we have you, I hate to get into the nitty gritty of it when you both have had such beautiful messages that I think is comforting to so many Austinites. But is it too soon, or is there any insight on the financial or the logistics aspect of changing such a prominent part of Austin?
That's right. So we're having those conversations with city staff. We have gone through pretty big renamings of street. Menchaca was one of them that we renamed recently, and there's a couple others. And so we'll do a study to see what the associated costs are. But ultimately, what's important is understanding, you know, the process in which we rename and ensuring that we are able to rename it in a quick way.
Thank you both so much for your time, for being here, and lots to look ahead to as this process gets underway. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.